Hey everybody, this is D Hunter bringing another action figure review. Today we're going to be looking at the McFarlane DC Multiverse Batman from Zack Snyder's Justice League. This is Batman played by Ben Affleck. I've been looking for this Batman for a long time, hitting up Walmart after Walmart after Walmart, Target after Target, checking various online websites. He finally came into stock at Walmart.com, ordered 2 of them, and got them today. This is one of 3 different variations of Batman from Zack Snyder's Justice League. This is the standard version. There's also the Platinum Chase variation. That one has the goggles up. And there's also an Entertainment Earth exclusive, at least in the US, with an unmasked Batman. So let's go ahead and check out the packaging here. As you can see at the top, 22 moving parts, McFarlane toys, ages 12 plus, DC Multiverse Batman from Zack Snyder's Justice League. Here he is in the package. He comes with 1 Batarang, a collector's card, and a display stand. One side of the package says Batman from Justice League. Other side still says Batman. At the bottom, there's a bunch of credits, and there is a barcode, in case that helps anybody. And on the back side, here's Batman posted up for the film, and here's a bunch of other McFarlane DC Multiverse Justice League figures you should check out. So with no further ado, let's open them up. And I did end up getting 2 of these figures, one of which to open and enjoy, and one to keep unopened in my complete 6 and 7 inch unopened Batman action figure collection. And here he is, next to the Mattel DC Multiverse version of the Justice League Batman from the Whedon cut. Then, next to the Mafex version of Batman in his tactical suit from Justice League. And finally, next to the Mezco version of Batman in his tactical suit from Justice League. Alright, now that we got this figure out of the package, here he is with all his accessories laid out. He does come with a Batarang, a display stand, and a collector's card. But before we take a look at the accessories, let's talk about and check out the actual figure. So this is Ben Affleck playing Batman in Zack Snyder's Justice League, and there's no reason you can't use this figure for the Whedon cut of Justice League as well. It's the exact same costume. So we've got Ben Affleck's face here. All you can see is his chin, and it is a very, very strong dimple in there. It looks pretty good. I'd say it looks better than the photos I saw of this figure. Goggles down, pretty nice look. Hope to find the Chase variant soon as well. As we go further down, his suit has those armor pieces on top of it. It looks fantastic. It's got a little bit of scrapes and cuts on it. It's been through some stuff. You can see the part of the suit that aren't the armor plates has some different kind of texturing on it. Very nicely done. It does look like we have double jointed elbows, double jointed knees. His cloth crotch area, sort of diaper, very soft. His legs go out, no problem. As you can see, that thing just sort of moves out of your way. Very flexible, really going to allow you to get in some good poses. And now his cape is phenomenal. Look at the texture on the thing. Look at the different weathering and scratching on it. Very, very flexible. Very nicely done. This is how you do an action figure cape. This is pretty much best of both worlds between cloth soft goods, plastic. It's kind of a rubbery feel to it. Very, very, very pleased with how it looks and how it feels. Overall, very pleased with this Batman so far. He looks very good from the Justice League film. And then a closer look at his face. I think his cowl looks pretty good. He's got the short ears, got some sculpting in his brow area, giving him a nice amount of personality. This one has his goggles down, his frowning expression, and then Ben Affleck's signature chin. There is also a Platinum Chase variant with the goggles up, but this is the version I prefer between the 2. Ben would have his goggles down if he was in the field or in action. He would only have his goggles up if he was in the Batcave. So for me, this Batman fighting crime or helping the Justice League should have his goggles down. Tell me what you guys think. I think the cowl looks pretty good. Nice sculpting detail. And the likeness to Ben Affleck is better in the figure than the photos I saw. So far I am really liking the figure. He moves good. He looks good. His texturing and sculpt are fantastic. The likeness to Ben Affleck in the mouth and chin area is better than I expected. But I would have preferred to have had a regular suit Batman from this film. But that's a conversation for another day. There are a couple things I don't particularly like about this Batman so far. Number one is going to be his gauntlets. The fins are very small. They seem like they should be bigger, and they're so soft and rubbery. Not really feeling that. Then his diaper area. Now it functions very well. It's soft. It doesn't hinder the articulation, forward, back, to the side. No problem there. But it kind of feels and looks a little bit cheapish. It's from the belt all the way down to his crotch area. It's one piece of rubber. You can see it comes out very easily. Very sort of stretchy, etc. It functions good, but I'm not super happy with the way it looks. Now let's look at his accessories. Let's start with the boring stuff. First of all, we have his display stand. Typical McFarlane stand, black perfect circle, says DC at the bottom. It's got one peg for the peg holes on his feet. Very thin, very basic. Then we have his collector's card. This is Ben Affleck in the bat suit from Justice League. You can see him with his cape floating in the background. Batman from Justice League. On the back side, there is the description. If you want to read that, go ahead and pause now. Then we've got his Batarang. This is the typical Batarang from the DC Cinematic Universe. This one's in all black. You can see that sculpting line in the middle. Mine is quite warped for the packaging. See the bottom fin there. The top, definitely not exactly straight. Should be able to fix that with some hot water pretty easily. So I took some boiling water, threw this Batarang there for about a minute. It completely reverted to its straight natural form. Much, much better. Here's Batman holding and getting ready to throw this Batarang. Now that we've taken a pretty good look at both the figure and his accessories, now let's check out his height. From bottom to the top of his head, sitting at about 7.1 or maybe 7.2 inches tall, which is going to translate to about 18 centimeters. And if you go to the top of the ears, about 7.25 inches tall. Now let's check out his articulation. Start with his head here. Of course, it can rotate from side to side. He can look up about that far, down about that far. Pretty nice there. Can tilt his head from one side to the other, give him a nice amount of personality. Shoulders on a ball joint, goes out more than 90 degrees, up, down, around, all that good stuff. He does have a butterfly joint between his shoulder and chest area, just increasing the range of motion there. Bicep cut below that. Double jointed elbows below that. His wrist here has a ball in it, can rotate, and it's going to be hinged as well. Ball joint in his torso, rotate around, go forward and back. Another ball joint in his waist, rotate around, go forward and back, giving him a very nice range of motion in his torso. His sort of diaper piece here, very soft. It's his belt all the way down to his crotch piece. Very bendable, as you can see. It's not going to obstruct any of the articulation. His legs, pretty much complete, does the splits. Not a ball joint, but a similar type concept. Rotation, they are definitely improving there. Leg goes forward that far. Back, not too much. Double jointed knees below that. Then his ankle here goes forward and back, can rotate, can tilt and rock, and he has toe articulation. Now to reenact a couple of scenes from the film. I'm going to start off by reenacting the tunnel scene. This Batman figure is in his tactical suit for the final battle of the film. Batman was in his regular suit in the tunnel scene, so I'm going to have to use this Batman to fill in. I really hope they offer a Ben Affleck Batman in his regular bat suit. That is my biggest want from this line. I've wanted a 7-inch version of that for a long time. Fingers are totally crossed. McFarlane could easily make a darker one for Justice League, and then, as they love their paint variations, they can make a lighter paint variation and label it a Batman vs Superman figure. Fingers crossed, big want I have. McFarlane, please deliver. Our heroes take the Nightcrawler down into the tunnels. They're looking for Steppenwolf and his parademons. Steppenwolf here is interrogating these scientists and this janitor. He has the scent of the mother box on him. Our heroes look down from above. The Flash says, "Boy, I really miss Superman right now." Cyborg's dad interrupts, and Steppenwolf can smell the mother box on him. Cyborg is the first to go in and save his dad. Cyborg swoops down to save his dad, and the parademons get ready to shoot him. Wonder Woman drops down to save the day. And as Steppenwolf sees what's happening, Amazon! He challenges Wonder Woman to a fight. Then Batman and Flash end up coming down to join the fight. Flash pushing away the parademon. Batman tells Flash and Cyborg, just get these people out of here. Meanwhile, Wonder Woman is taking on Steppenwolf up top. And as things start to get hairy again, Batman calls for Alfred. Alfred, I need the Nightcrawler. Of course, Alfred's here in the Batcave at the Batcomputer, diligently complies. And after a little while, Cyborg ends up taking over the Nightcrawler, firing a missile at Steppenwolf. Steppenwolf simply grabs the missile and lets it go into the ceiling. Then he boom tubes out of there. The Flash asks, what are we under? Gotham Harbor. And just when Gotham Harbor is about to flood the tunnels, Aquaman comes in and buys him a little bit of time to escape. And here are Heroes and Alfred going up the ramp, about to load onto the Flying Fox and try to take on Steppenwolf. The unmasked Batman would be perfect for this scene. Now I want to reenact a Batmobile scene. Before I do that, I want to explain which one of these Batmobiles this Batman figure is going to fit into. Don't forget, this is a 7-inch scale Batman. He's got a rubbery cape on. If you were to remove his cape and put a cloth soft goods cape on, it'd make it a lot easier to put him in these vehicles. But he can still fit in as is. This is the Mattel Multiverse Justice League Batmobile. This is not the ultimate radio-controlled version. This one's a little bit smaller and better detailed. This one fits in perfect with the Mattel figures. And guess what? He can fit in here with complete clearance. It was difficult guiding his cape through there, but I got it done. And here's the Mattel Multiverse Ultimate Radio-Controlled Justice League Batmobile. This thing is a little bit larger. This thing will scale up a little better with McFarlane figures. I always thought it was a little bit too big for the Mattel figures. This thing's a fantastic, unique piece. It's radio-controlled through an app on your phone. There's a camera so you can see through Batman's point of view. It has all kind of sounds. The car will raise up, gun will move. Very impressive piece, but crazy expensive. And I must say, I tried and tried and tried, and I cannot get him to fit in there low enough to shut the top. It's not even close. I will say the smaller Multiverse Batmobile is roomier on the inside than the Ultimate Radio-Controlled version. So if you're trying to find a Batmobile to pair with this guy, that's the one. Now, back to the Mattel Multiverse non-radio-controlled Batmobile. Simply because this is the one Batman fits into. I do prefer the size of the other one with the McFarlane figures, but I simply can't get Batman to fit in there. Just before the end of the film, it's driving down the street, and before long, the parademons start to swarm him, and they're literally tearing his car apart. And just when it looks like Batman is being overrun and is starting to give up, then the entire Justice League comes to save Batman. They turn the tides and go offensive against Steppenwolf and his parademons. And here's Aquaman riding on the Batmobile, just like in the film. Now before we move on to the next scene, let's check him out next to a couple of other Justice League and DC Cinematic Universe vehicles for the 6-inch scale. Here he is next to the Nightcrawler. The Nightcrawler is part of the Mattel Justice League Talking Heroes line. It accommodates 6-inch figures, but on the smaller end of 6-inch, there's no way in hell this guy's going to fit in there. And just a side view shot. He will sit in the seat, but you'll never come even close to shutting the lid. Here's this Batman next to the Flying Fox. This Flying Fox was part of the Mattel Basic line. I believe it was a Walmart exclusive. This thing is a huge vehicle, but in all reality, for it to be scaled up with Batman, it'd have to be at least 5 times bigger. And a little bit more of an aerial view, so you can just see the magnitude of this thing. And just like the Nightcrawler, you can get him to fit in the cockpit, but you'll never shut the lid. And here he is, next to a couple of Mattel basic Batmobiles from Batman vs Superman and Justice League. These things are definitely too small for him. They are for 6-inch scale. They're very basic, but they're also very affordable as well. Here's Batman standing in front of the Multiverse non-radio controlled Batmobile. This thing's a pretty good fit for him. Here's the Justice League taking on Steppenwolf, just like in the final fight in the film. We've got Steppenwolf fighting Wonder Woman and Aquaman, Cyborg in the back with a mother box, Flash running around, bunch of parademons in the background, And of course, Batman up top. And as Superman comes to save the day, Steppenwolf hits him with his axe and does absolutely nothing. And here's a shot of the heroes together on top of a building, just like at the end of the film after they're victorious. The goggles up Batman would be perfect for this scene. Now let's check him out, next to some other action figures. Starting off with some other McFarlane DC Multiverse figures. Here he is, next to Black Suit Superman from Zack Snyder's Justice League. Superman is taller than the Ben Affleck Batman, and in all reality, I believe Ben Affleck is taller than Henry Cavill. So a minor discrepancy here, but it's really not a big deal. The height difference is almost negligible. Here's the entire team of 6 from Justice League. Wonder Woman is the only one that wasn't in this wave. The Wonder Woman from 1984 is the only one they've released if you want to complete the team. Very happy to finally have all 6 of them together, united. Here's the entire wave from McFarlane for Zack Snyder's Justice League. So far, we have Steppenwolf, Flash, Aquaman, Tactical Suit Batman with the goggles down, Black Suit Superman, Cyborg with face shield, and unarmored Darkseid. And there's still plenty more hunting to do. I still need to track down a goggles up Batman, an unmasked Batman, a red and blue Superman, armored Darkseid, and then the upcoming rumored Speed Force Flash. Replace unarmored Darkseid with Wonder Woman, and then we can compare them with their Mattel counterparts. Mattel didn't make a Darkseid because simply he wasn't in the Whedon cut whatsoever. And here are their Mattel counterparts. Zack Snyder's Justice League is as superior to Whedon's Justice League as the McFarlane Multiverse figures are to the Mattel Multiverse figures. Here are all the different Bruce Wayne as Batman figures McFarlane has made so far. Definitely a Batman heavy line, but that's right up my alley. And I guess each of these figures are Bruce Wayne as Batman in one way, shape, or form. And here are all the figures besides Batman in my McFarlane DC Multiverse collection. Including all the variants, I've got a total of 87 figures and 2 vehicles. And looking forward to more. Now let's check them out, next to some other Tactical Suit Batman figures. You can see the evolution of the Justice League Batman action figure. Here he is, next to the Mattel Basic Tactical Suit Batman. Then, next to the Mattel Multiverse Tactical Suit Batman, this isn't the standard release, this is the one that came with the Ultimate Radio-Controlled Batmobile. And here, next to the standard Mattel DC Multiverse Tactical Suit Batman. Then, next to the Mafex version. And here he is, next to the Mezco version of the Tactical Suit Batman. And here's my entire collection of Justice League Tactical Suit Batman figures. You can see the evolution of the Tactical Suit Batman action figure from smaller to bigger. Now let's check them out, compared with some action figures from different various companies, to see how he fits in both scale and style-wise, in case you want to know which lines you can mix him with. Since he's a McFarlane figure, they're typically the 7-inch scale. I'm going to start off on comparisons with some of the larger action figure lines I collect, and work my way smaller. Here he is, next to some of his McFarlane brothers. In front of you are 5 different action figure lines, all from McFarlane toys, all 7-inch scale. Then, next to some McFarlane video game figures. And now, next to some Jakks Pacific wrestling figures. And here he is, next to some DST or Diamond Select toys. Then, next to some DC Direct and DC Collectibles figures. And here he is, next to some NECA figures. Then, next to some Mattel wrestling figures. And now, next to some Jazzwares AEW wrestling figures. And here he is, next to some Mezco 1/12 cloth soft goods action figures. Then, next to some Mattel DC Universe Classics and Multiverse figures. And here, next to some Mafex figures. Then, next to some Hasbro Marvel Legends. And here he is, next to some SH Figure Arts action figures. And finally, next to some Jazzwares Fortnite figures. Overall, this is a very nice figure. I'm much more pleased than I expected to be with him. His sculpt and paint job are excellent. The different texturing on the different parts of the suit, the armor plates, the suit underneath, very well done. Paint job has no flaws at all, very crisp. The likeness is better than I expected. The mouth area and the chin look pretty spot on to Ben Affleck. I personally prefer the goggles down version to the goggles up version, so I'm happy that was the standard release. His articulation is everything you expect from a McFarlane DC Multiverse figure, and his soft diaper area really does a good job of allowing his legs to go out. His accessory, just a batarang, but it's pretty cool to have. If I were to rate this guy, I'm going to give him a solid 8 out of 10. I think he is my favorite of the wave. They handle this Batman very nicely. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I will talk to you guys real soon.